Star Wars was always meant to be watched on the big screen, but in 2019 Disney said, "F that, give me money," and brought live-action Star Wars to the small screen for the first time. Since that time, we've gotten 2 more live-action shows with 1 million more well on the way. So today I'm going to be ranking not just the live-action shows, but the animated shows too. All full-length Star Wars shows are on the table. Without further ado, let's jump on in. Number 7, Resistance. So, confession time. I didn't watch Resistance. It looked bad, I wasn't interested in the time period, characters, nor the animation style, and from what I've heard, that was a valid assessment on my part. So while it may not be entirely fair, I am going to leave it here in last place. Right then, moving on to the shows I have seen. Number 6, The Bad Batch. I was really looking forward to The Bad Batch, honestly. I thought the fact that it takes place immediately following Revenge of the Sith would allow us to explore a galaxy full of drastic change, and while we have gotten some of that, it hasn't been nearly as exploratory as I'd hoped. It's a solid show, don't get me wrong, and I tune in to watch it every week because it's Star Wars, and it's fun enough. But the first season was pretty lackluster overall in my opinion, outside of a few episodes. This is a show though that absolutely could move up in the rankings as more seasons are released, so we're just going to have to wait and see. Number 5, The Book of Boba Fett. I have discussed my issues with The Book of Boba Fett at length on this channel, so check out some of my videos about that. I'll try to remember to put them up in the corner, but no promises. Anyway, this show was a bit of a hot mess. The pacing was whack, Boba Fett basically got character assassinated, and the best parts of the show had nothing to do with him at all. There was little to no character development, no intelligence in the writing, and much too little ruthlessness for a show about Boba freaking Fett. This was simply not the Boba Fett show anyone expected nor wanted. It was great seeing Tamora back in Star Wars again though. Number 4, The Mandalorian. This is an extremely hot take. I know. Lower your weapons and let me speak, damn it. I think The Mandalorian is a very, very solid show. It's fairly consistent and delivers what it promises on a weekly basis, which is usually a fun little adventure filled with decent action and adorable Grogu moments. However, it doesn't quite fill me with the awe and wonder that the shows ahead of it fill me with, so that's why it's smack dab in the middle of my list. Number 3, Obi-Wan Kenobi. It pains me that this show isn't number 1. It really does. I will always love this show for bringing back Ewan and Hayden into Star Wars. That's really special to me. But I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the flaws in virtually every other aspect of this show. From the writing and the production quality, they could have and should have done much better. It honestly hurts that they didn't give this show the full amount of tender love and passion that it deserved. However, my nostalgia and the performances of some of the actors push this into the top 3 for me. I admit that, and you can crucify me in the comments if you want. It's good for the YouTube algorithm after all. Number 2, Star Wars Rebels. A lot of people shit on Rebels for not being as good as the Clone Wars. Well, they're right. It isn't. But it still is a damn good show. Yes, there are a lot of filler episodes that make me yawn every 3 minutes, whether it's about Chopper and the droids or space whales, but oh man, when this show was on, it was on. It has some of the greatest moments in Star Wars. Vader vs. Ahsoka, anyone? Sabine's Darksaber arc? Kanan's death? Just a sensational show that is absolutely underrated. Seriously, if you haven't seen Star Wars Rebels, give it a shot. You won't regret it. Number 1, The Clone Wars. What can I say about The Clone Wars? It is one of the best animated shows of all time, right up there with Avatar: The Last Airbender and Batman the Animated Series. It beautifully fleshes out the prequels and its characters to the point where it actually makes those movies better, which is incredible. It introduces us to iconic characters like Ahsoka Tano, Cad Bane, Satine, and Bo-Katan Kryze. Like any great show, it actually gets better every single season. The last 4 episodes of the series are some of the greatest Star Wars I've ever seen. So I'll leave you with what I told Ashley Eckstein when I met her at Star Wars Celebration. After the prequels ended, I entered a I'm too cool for Star Wars phase. But then I watched the Clone Wars and it made me fall in love with Star Wars all over again. So that's honestly probably why I'm here talking to you today, because of the Clone Wars. And a show that can do that has to be pretty special, doesn't it? But that's just my list. Let me know what yours is in the comments down below. Do you agree with me or am I completely wrong? Please leave a like and subscribe if you feel we deserve it. I'm Zach, and I will see you in the future.